Hi guys, I am moving. And before you guys think that I am moving it back to Australia, I'm not. I'm just moving to another location and another flat in London. So I never showed you guys this flat because when I moved, I didn't love this place, although it has been home for me for like 2 years now. So it kind of grew to be home, but because I didn't have like this innate love for it, I never like wanted to share it that much, and I never shared it with you guys. In saying that, it is a beautiful place. In this video, I am gonna break down the cost, how expensive this flat is, the location, what I pay in bills and other expenses, basically all of that. I'm going to share the pros and cons, and I will follow up in other videos and show you guys where I'm moving to and what the costs are there, and also the whole like flat hunting experience basically. So I thought, because I'm moving out, the place is kind of bland. It's not the cleanest, but you know what, my bid to being more authentic on here, I don't care that it's not the cleanest. I'm still going to show you guys, is what it is. It's not the cleanest because, so my housemate had, I think, her boyfriend's birthday over the weekend, and she hasn't really cleaned up after. But also my cleaner comes at the end of the month, and I thought, you know what, it's probably best for me to move everything out, clear everything up, and then let my cleaner do like a full one over. So that's the plan. So it's not the cleanest, but it is what it is. I wanted to keep it neat for the sublet to move in, who's going to stay here for about 2 months, and then I'll be off the lease. So I thought I'd show you guys the place that I've been calling home for the last 2 years. So I currently live in Clapham, very Australian part of London, and it has been home for 2 years, and I'm actually super grateful that I am here, because it's kind of my little pocket of Australia within London. So I have loved being here. I've loved the greenery, I love the space, I love the light coming in, I love the parks that are nearby, both Clapham Common, Battersea Park, like honestly some of my favourite parks in London. And this area has just been home for me for 2 years, so I love it so much, and I'm very upset to be leaving, but at the same time I'm very excited to try a new area of London. I've been having that itch to move for a while now. So for context, I spent $1,250 for my rent per month, and that is definitely on the more expensive side for London, given I don't have an ensuite. So I do think my landlord's a bit greedy. I think this area, I know that people on the left hand side, which is the same property as ours, pay 220, no, for the 2-bedroom flat they pay 2250, we pay 2500. So I'm super grateful that the new laws are coming out to stop landlords from being as greedy as they are. From a landlord's perspective, I get it, because I am a landlord in Australia, so I do get that, but I also think it's absolutely absurd, some of the things that landlords do in this country. So including our landlord asking us to send her letters every 6 months. Like, I just think some things are insane. Anyways, so I do pay an exorbitant price for London. Like I said, my moving process, moving into this place, was a bit hasty. I was living with a friend, she moved back to Australia. It was a whole thing. We can go into it later. But basically, I pay a lot. It's a nice place. I just never grew to love it. So thought I'd show you guys around, and like I said, I do have love for it because it has been home for 2 years. It hosted my brother, it hosted Sangeetha, it hosted my parents. Like, I do have a lot of love for it for those reasons, but I don't know, I think hopefully the next place I move to, I can really like love. Let me show you guys around, and then I'll break down the cost of not just the rent, but all the bills and everything as well. So firstly, this is the backyard. So we're pretty lucky that we do have such a large backyard. It needs to be mowed, it hasn't been. So there's that. This is my room here. So it's all packed up. I used to have a whole wall of stuff over there, and yeah, it's all a bit of a mess, but bedside table, bed. This is a new bedding that I'll put on the bed once I take this with me. This is the other side. So I used to have a coat hanger there, but just like washing. There's me. 3 drawers, like a makeup thing at the top, and then This is all hanger, this is shelving here, so that's my room. Added more storage with these over here. Right, so this is the bathroom. This is the one part of the place that I'm going to turn this off because basically it's going to be too loud, but this is the shower area here. This is probably the one part of the place that I don't love because it's so small for 2 people. But I'm going to go downstairs while I'll tell you guys. But basically, I never shower here. I go to my gym, so it doesn't impact me too much. So this is actually the front door, so you'd actually come in this way. I'm going to turn on the lights, and yes, it's a bit of a mess because I am cleaning. I'm not cleaning, I am literally packing. So this is the kitchen. You come straight in, you see the kitchen straight away. We don't really have a pantry, so our storage is just up there, and I guess that's a very London thing. What I don't love, so we've got shoe storage here and here. What I don't love is the kitchen goes directly to the second bathroom, which is actually just like a powder room toilet thing. And I've added hooks at the top again to add like coat hanger, that sort of thing. What I don't love is basically the fact that the kitchen looks right onto the bathroom. I just think that's a bit gross. And it's so stupid use of space because this could have been a bit bigger and we could have added a shower in there, but instead they've just made it this like add-on toilet. This is all bin stuff, so don't mind that. This table was actually in my housemate's room, but we brought it down to make more space in there because that is a smaller room. This is all, that's some, I don't know whether it's like leftover food or rubbish, I'm not sure. But basically all my packing is here. This is like the second round of stuff basically that needs to go over to my boyfriend's place. This area is definitely a bit of a mess. Like I said, it hasn't been cleaned since this party. But this is like the dining area. This actually used to be over here, but we moved it to make a bit more of like a walkway. Well, you can't really see the walkway now because there's clothes and stuff, but basically that's the dining table. This is the sofa area, and there's some dots up there because it used to say Happy Diwali when I hosted Diwali here. Coffee table and TV. The microwave and TV are mine, but they're staying because my housemate has bought them off of me, so they can stay here. And then from here we have access, direct access to outside. As I was saying, direct access to out. As I was saying before, I was rudely cut off by my battery. How we go outside is downstairs, so that's pretty much like an overall view of the place. Like I said, it is a nice place. Like, I'm not actually denying that it is a nice rental, especially for London, but I never fell in love with it anyways. A bit of context around like basically moving here was we had a 6-month rental which I was in love with and I would have loved to stay there, although not in the greatest area. And basically we had to move out of that and move into a new place, like, you know, within a couple of weeks, because we knew it was coming up, but we just thought maybe we can like stay a bit longer or see if like the landlord was happy for us to stay, but that kind of didn't really happen. At the same time, my housemate at the time, who moved to London with me, was thinking of moving back to Australia, which initially I didn't really know. So I was kind of like, yeah, we're going to do this together. We will find this place, and then, you know, if we don't love it, we'd move together, that sort of thing. Obviously, because she was planning on potentially moving back, which I didn't know. We found this place and it was a great location. I guess I was working full-time, and it's not really on her, but basically I was working full-time and I didn't really have the means to be like doing all the viewings and stuff, but I was also like, you know what, happy to go and do something if needed. So she came to see this place, and basically we were told that we get everything, you know, it was furnished and all of that. We get here and it's like part furnished, it doesn't have a lot, so we were like frantically buying everything that we needed. And then within like a month or two, basically she was moving back to Australia and the time for renewal came up, and I was like, do I want to renew, do I not, like I'm not sure. So I found someone to move in and renew the lease. What happened then was the person who I found, who told me that she'd be staying for at least a year, decided she wanted to leave this place and move in with her best friend who was moving to London. So she found someone to take over the lease. And so me and my housemate now have lived here for like over a year. So that's fine. Like I've been here altogether about 2 years. So I think I'm just ready for a change, and I'm ready for like stability in the new place, because while I've been here, there's been a lot of change basically. And landlord's really particular. Don't love the landlord. She does get things done when needed, which is a blessing for London, because a lot of landlords are much shitter than that. But like, I don't know, I'm just a bit done. Okay, so expenses. Basically, I manage all the bills, so I can tell you exactly how much everything is. So I'll start with the easy stuff. Council tax in the ones where the council is the cheapest. So per month it's split to about £100-ish per month. That's split between me and my housemate. So obviously I pay about £50 a month. I think it's so insane that here in the UK we pay council tax, because in Australia I pay my rates for the council, even though I'm a homeowner and the tenants aren't paying anything. So anyways, water is not charged monthly, but you kind of pay a certain amount in order to make that bill when it comes up not as high as it is. And I think that amount that I pay is about £70 for the two of us, so split between two is about £35 to £40-ish. Energy and gas, now that comes up sporadically. I pay the bill as it comes. So each time electricity comes up, it's about £30-ish, and every time gas comes up, it's about £80-ish. Again, split between the two of us, so 15 and about 40. And then internet. So you can get different internet providers. Obviously, the longer your like contract is, the less expensive it is, obviously. But internet for us is about £28 per month, which split between the two of us is about £14. So bills is not too bad. In terms of other expenses, I obviously get my own groceries, and I also get some of like the household stuff. So toilet roll, for example, who gives a crap, toilet roll is about £28 per every time I buy. And then we've got my own groceries, which I am a bit of a bougie gal. I do the Amazon grocery delivery. I know it's a bit excessive to be doing grocery delivery, but hear me out here. I think it saves you so much time and energy compared to walking all the way to the supermarket, going through the aisles, buying everything you may need or don't need, and then you come back and honestly I'm exhausted and I don't want to cook by that point. So grocery delivery saves me time, energy, and I just feel like I'm much more efficient with what I am doing when I have grocery delivery. So I do that, and that is about £35 a week. My expenses basically in London to live. On top of that, obviously TFL, I do have to travel up to the northwest for work, so that's about £8.9 per day, which means per month it's about like £270. So honestly, cost of living is expensive. Like I said, I love the area, I love the years that I've been here, and I've grown to love the apartment. I've grown to love the flat. I love the area. So I know the neighbors on this side, I know the neighbors on this side, I know the people 2 houses down. I feel like I've made a lot of friends in the area, so that's always really fun. But being in London, I also feel like I have friends everywhere else as well. So wherever we move, I am very excited for it. So the plan is to become a North London girly. So I am doing that great migration, basically. All the Aussies start off in Clapham and do that great migration up north. And that is exactly what I'm doing. Anyways, hopefully that gave you a bit of insight, some raw, unfiltered insight into London living as an Aussie in London. And also London living as an Aussie in London who has decided to sort of stay and give it a go and see how that goes. And it's not just that transient 2 years. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to share more about my London life and just like super unfiltered and authentic on here. So if you enjoyed this, give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.